That's right, it's the Nerdy Podcast. Go and check us out on facebook.com/nerdymedia, on Twitter @IrishNerds, and go to patreon.com/nerdy. Throw us a few quid so we can buy a studio, start banging out videos and doing more and more things for you. Hello and welcome to the Nerdy Podcast. I'm Gar and I'm here with Ken.
Good evening.
I'm here with Helmet.
How's things?
I'm here with Steph.
Hello.
And it wasn't supposed to happen tonight, but it did.
That's why I didn't come up with a funny thing.
The magic just happened. We found ourselves in the place.
We swung by after Liverpool.
You were watching the Liverpool
football
game of balls.
If we lost, I wasn't doing this.
That's exactly what Ken said. I messaged Ken earlier. I was like, what, you said we having drinking before you going out for the match? And he was like, yeah,
well,
we'll see me later.
I'm driving. That's why, as well as that, that's the other reason I'm here, because it took like 5 minutes to drive here.
What's the point driving from town to town?
Because I wasn't coming from town.
Where was you?
Out in my mummy's St. Martin.
Oh, very good, very good. So, we just passed WrestleMania. I stayed up like a fucking dope. I done it.
What time did you finish at? 5?
5, half 5, something like that. I started watching at, I think 10. 9 or 10, I can't remember. I watched a bit of the pre-show, watched all the main show. It was a good WrestleMania.
What was the shit? I heard you talking about how the women's match,
the main event,
somebody fucked up or something.
Everyone thinks the ending was botched.
Yeah, the ending apparently was fucked.
If you watch the ending, it looks like what happens is a roll up happens, but when the ref starts counting, you're one Ronda Rousey. Shoulders come back up, and it clearly comes back up for like a second. So the ref should have stopped counting, but he continues to count.
Right.
So everyone's like, "Is it a botch? Is it not a botch?" I think you were about to say there. Someone was saying that she broke her hand.
Ronda Rousey broke her hand.
If she had been reliant on that hand to grab on and hold herself in position, she wouldn't have had it because her hand was fucked.
So the big news is that Becky Lynch, who's one of her own, she won the 2 women's championship belts in that fight. Right? Now, apparently, Ronda Rousey has taken the guts of a year off. Right? She's after doing a year run, and she wants to take months and months, maybe up to a year, maybe more off, just to relax. Okay?
Is she not into it or something? Or?
No, I think she might be into it. I just think that she's gone from like the UFC where she fought once or twice a year to like being on the road.
She can't handle it.
It's fucking hard, you know. It's a different animal altogether. She's not getting legitimately hurt, but she's on the road for fucking, let's say, 150, 200 days of the year, which they're not used to. So she's after doing a big run. She was going to give up the belt. Charlotte Flair and Rousey were going to give up the belts to Becky, and Rousey was going to take a couple of months off. She's going to take a big strip of time off. But in the match, she broke her hand real bad, apparently. Like, it smashed
she'll definitely get her time off.
Yeah, exactly. So her hand is smashed to bits. But apparently, Charlotte Flair was supposed to tap to Becky, so Rousey wouldn't look bad. But whatever way they'd done it, they were running over time. And apparently what happened was, as Steph was telling me earlier, he's been in that stadium before, and you either drive into it, and there's limited parking, or you get the train into it. There's a train station into it. But apparently what happened was, they were running so over time, or so close to the bone with time, that they had like 15 minutes to get 80,000 people out of the stadium and onto these trains and into their cars. So the ref got word in his ear,
kill it now, yeah.
Kill it now, and he just took the opportunity. 1, 2, 3. The person who's meant to win wins, but not necessarily with the means that they were supposed to win. And apparently Rousey's real fucked off because she thinks it makes her look like shy. Because the original ending was that she doesn't tap, she doesn't get pinned. She stays to be the baddest woman on the planet.
Okay. So she got beaten and she's not happy.
She had to take the fall in the match.
See, it is real.
Exactly, it's still real to me.
How did she break her hand? Like, did she fall on it? Or
she took a couple of fucking hairy ones. A couple of hairy fucking thumps out of that fucking ring. There was one in particular where I thought that this bitch is dead.
Somebody threw her into the corner.
There was one where she was like, she's supposed to be doing an armbar, like where she hangs off the ring apron. I think it was Charlotte Flair, I can't remember. She has like an armbar, and one person inside the ring, and she's hanging out over the ropes in the apron, and somebody drop kicks her through your one's legs, and she fucking full on lands on her bonnet, like full on.
Is this them fucking up or her fucking
up? This is just little botches, little fuck ups that spot was obviously planned, but she meant to land on her back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the same with the Triple H Batista match. There was a couple of bits where they would get thrown through announcement tables and they're meant to smash. They have these big like, airbags and they just didn't do it. The lads just fucking took it. Yeah. Now that was Batista's last match. He announced his retirement as well. That was a fun match.
Well, he's a big movie star. He doesn't need to.
He's a big lad. Drax now. My missus didn't know. My missus stayed up on me. I was like, "That's Drax." She's like, "What do you mean it's Drax? It's fucking Drax. Look at him. Who else has them tiny
It's
eyes?
the guy from Blade Runner, you mean?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's the librarian from Blade Runner, wherever he was. But listen, it was grand. It's just too fucking long. Everybody now, the internet was on fire afterwards saying it needs to be over 2 days.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous.
Well, it's the stuff
Like
that's on at the very start worth watching.
There's a lot of pre-shows we're watching.
Yeah.
Some of the pre-show and area stuff was like lightweight stuff, wasn't it? So if you're into like lightweight wrestling style,
sure, yeah.
you'd want to watch that.
If you look at that cruiserweight stuff,
Yeah.
look, every belt, I think every belt changed hands.
Are they not trying to just keep too many people? Can you not just say, look, for this year, we're going to have these 4 mega
See,
fights.
so the
and
thing-
these are our 8 top people or whatever.
One of the reasons they do this is, and it's kind of like John Oliver did a thing on this last week about how wrestlers are paid and how they're contracted.
Yeah.
One of the things is wrestlers get a share of essentially the gate. So if you're on the card, you get money. So if you're not on the card, and WrestleMania is absolutely the biggest night of the year, if you're not on the card, you're missing out on money. So like they do these battle royals. What they do is they have their 8 match, like they've something like 16 matches that night, but 2 of those are battle royals, and if you're not in a singles match or in a tag match somewhere,
You
you
get
get thrown in there.
yeah.
Just because if you get thrown in there, you're on the card, you get your money.
So is this almost like this is the wrestler's yearly bonus?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
But you have to work for it.
Yeah.
The biggest problem I think they have is there's nobody else in the game, and they've just so many wrestlers, and they've so many
They're
belts.
too big of a roster.
They're too big of a roster, but they can't let those people go to other places because then
And there's probably big people, massive fans of even those small
Oh,
wrestlers.
there
They
is,
live in
yeah.
their own hometowns and
Everyone has their own
So
t-shirt.
it is.
Did
yeah.
John Oliver turn up?
No.
Because he was given an invite.
He gave it the full lemons after being in it last year. Like he gave it the full large one.
He came out that hard. I watched it.
Oh, he came out of fucking hard. And
Well,
everybody gave
I
it.
can't disagree with a lot of it.
It's I said that for years. The closest industry to professional wrestling is pornography,
Yeah, it is.
and they literally just eat up people and chew them up and spit them out.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it's always
Yeah.
been.
Like
And
when I watched that documentary actually about Andre the Giant, you could see the regret in Vince McMahon.
Oh,
He
yeah.
knew that he basically
he ruined them.
ruined that guy.
Yeah, but
But
that's
it's the putting them on a or making them
it's the
sign
contract
their
that
own
they can't be on contract
exclusive.
anyone else.
Exclusive. That's just Jesus. How is the government not stepping in on that? That's the only bit I really. Well, that means you can't get healthcare properly.
well, they have their own doctors and
Yeah,
blah,
but
blah,
the
blah.
shot to the CM Punk thing talking about their doctors.
Well, he was going around with a staph infection for like a year and a half and nearly fucking lost half his body. You
Well,
know?
if he's saying the doctors say stuff like,
You'd be fine.
You shouldn't probably.
Yeah,
How bad is
of course.
Do I need to write up this script?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
all right.
A doctor that's hired by the company that wants you to fight. No, look
yeah.
at this fucking thing of it. It's not objective.
Absolutely. But anyway, it was fine. I stayed up all night. I watched it. It was the first one in 4 or 5 years that I actually enjoyed watching. And usually by the end of WrestleMania, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. You're ready to go to bed, and you don't care what their main event is. That one was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It was. I kind of perked up by the end of it because the main event with the girls was fucking super.
Fuck did they have to cut that one short of all them?
Well, that was
This
just
is the one
that was
at
an
the end.
overrun. It's that.
Oh, wasn't the
That was the final matches,
Yeah.
like so. Like literally, they had gone to that stage, and by that stage, they had nothing else to like. They didn't know they were going to run over time.
Yeah.
By then.
yeah? No, it's shitty that happened on the.
They done the
last
Brock Lesnar fight at the start. That was over in like 3 minutes, and Paul Heyman, his manager, like, basically announced to the world that he's gone to the UFC now.
Going back to Europe.
Yeah, that's
Is
it.
he off the juice again then, yeah?
I don't know. Well, basically the whole deal was Paul Heyman, his manager, he done it real fucking. He was real crafty. He's fucking brilliant. He came out just as the show opened. Paul Heyman walks out. He brushes past fucking Hulk Hogan and what's her name? The little, I can't remember, whatever. They brush past her, smashes out the ring, grabs the microphone, and says, "Well, if we're not going to be the fucking headliner tonight, we're going to get it done. Number one, fucking over and done with fast. We're going to jump on a plane to Las Vegas, where ultimately we're appreciated." So out they went. Brock Lesnar drops the belt in fucking 3-4 minutes. It's fucking over and done with. Game over. Move on to the rest of the card. So Heyman has basically announced to the world that Daniel Cormier Brock Lesnar fight is actually going to happen. And within 5 minutes of Brock Lesnar losing, Daniel Cormier was on Twitter saying fucking
Cormier the same size as him.
yeah, they're about the same. Well, he's obviously 10 times
No,
smaller.
but
yeah,
he's
Is it
he's
the
in
same
that weight
weight
division.
category?
Size as Brock Lesnar.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
He's in that weight division.
Yeah.
They've been building.
McGregor
a
tweeted
fight.
something as well, right?
McGregor went balls deep in WWE this week. Balls deep.
He
First of all,
he said maybe I could do that or something, right?
there was a big thing there last week where when McGregor announced his retirement, right, which has since turned out to be bollocks again.
Is it?
Yeah. Right, he announced his retirement, and Finn Balor from Bray, fucking tweeted after him saying, like, see you next week at Mania. Right, so everybody was like, holy shit, it's going to happen. Like, so Becky's going to win the belt or whatever the fuck it is.
He's going to jump in the ring and beat people.
Well, no, he's going to hand it the belt or whatever. You know, they're going to get an appearance out of him. I guarantee you, Vince McMahon approached Conor McGregor. It's just fact. As well as as true as we're sitting right here, right now.
Unless someone went,
no,
right now.
Guarantee you.
Let's not even mention it,
That's
right?
not
We're not. I'm not mentioning it, but I'm saying
guarantee
someone might have got wind to him. Go,
it wouldn't matter.
Could blow up in your face.
I guarantee it's not going to matter to Vince McMahon. It doesn't matter.
Like we kind of talk about this. The way they went, and this is absolutely how they'll probably do it, is that WWE, when they get Conor McGregor, they'll get him for the Mayweather fight that they had before.
Yeah.
They got Floyd Mayweather to come in and do a fight against Big Show. He came in, he did one fight, he fucked off. He did that at WrestleMania and he fucked off again.
Yeah.
That's all they'll do with him. Because that's all they need to have him for.
Yeah, and 2 or 3 Raws leading up to it.
They know he'd be worth money for them for a little bit, but then keeping him around a bit too long, that might be a problem. So get him in, make him money, send him away.
I'll let you know also, like, because Conor McGregor's allowed to say what he wants now, it's hard to know his actual state of mind.
Oh yeah.
But if he goes on UFC, you'll know exactly how professional, what professional level he is at in terms of his men. Because he's not allowed to say certain shit.
You mean if he goes on WWE?
WWE, yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll be edited the shite. He'll be edited the shite.
Is that what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
Or could he actually...
That's fine, but he born watching that shite. His entire character.
Yeah, no, he's really good at it. But certain things he just can't... Like, he can't say what he says now.
He can't talk about stuff like Red Panty Day.
He can't talk about, like, calling someone like a Malteser head.
No.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, we won't.
Like he did against...
They'll have him so...
Have to fucking make sure no one thought it was from me.
But in that case...
He won't be able to even curse him.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Is this not...
PG,
this will let you know. This will let you know.
He can't not curse.
Outside
that. Yeah, no, we can.
This will let you know his actual state of mind. Because he cannot. He can't...
5 minutes after Becky won, he congratulated Becky. And then someone jokingly on Twitter posted up a picture of Chris Jericho with a WWF hardcore championship belt and a WCW belt on one shoulder, saying, fucking, you're claiming you're the original champ. This is the original champ, it's Chris Jericho. And fucking McGregor went down a real, like, knowledgeable, balls deep, fucking, like, on his left shoulder that's the WCW heavyweight belt, and on his right shoulder that's the WWF fucking championship belt. Both of those are different companies. They were won on different dates. In order to be the champ, you have to win it under the same organisation. Blah blah blah. And like he actually,
new rules.
He knows, like he knows fucking about wrestling. He knows about wrestling.
Yeah.
But then Jericho fucking comes in and says, both WCW had been bought by WWF.
Yeah.
They were the same company and they were both one the same night. So fucking this back and forward between Chris Jericho.
I think you should fight Jericho.
Be unreal. That's the. If you're into wrestling, Jericho is somebody that you want guiding a new hand.
But Jericho's left, right? He's not into it.
He'll come back.
He'll be back. Yeah, I love Jericho.
He was back within the last year. He comes back and he helps someone get over, and then he goes away again.
Will he ever come back to the Thomas House though?
Rami Taka will bring him back. And we actually only talked about this the other night. We had this bottle of Dingle vodka that was sitting on the shelf for a year and a half, and nobody was buying it. Mad expensive premium vodka. Nobody wanted it. Everybody wanted Dingle gin. But we got like Dingle gin in and Dingle vodkas. We thought this will sell. All the Dingle gin went because it's like apparently the best gin in the world. Sold like hotcakes. That poured out vodka sat on that shelf with dust in it for ages. And Chris Jericho came in that night. He's like, what's the best vodka you have? Wait, I'll tell you. Dingle, lad. Blew the dust off it.
So you pull a fast one over.
Is it actually the best vodka you had, or is it just the?
No, you want rid of it.
No, it was the most expensive vodka I had. Anyway, put it that way. It's close enough to people like that.
Yeah.
All vodka's the same. There's very little difference between Tesco value vodka and Grey Goose.
Come on.
I'm telling you right now, chemically.
I think one gives you a better hangover.
If you're a straight drinker of it.
Why would you straight drink vodka?
Loads of people do.
Loads of people. All of Eastern Europe does.
Yeah.
The more you filter vodka,
the
less taste you get out of it.
I know.
So that's why you'll get.
Some of them don't like to overly filter.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff.
You want the closest to raw, alcohol as possible. That's where the flavour lives.
Yeah.
The rest of it's just burning.
That's what I'm saying. There is definitely massive difference.
Grey Goose. I'll tell you off.
I don't know much about vodka, but I know.
I'll tell you a secret about Grey Goose later, because I don't want to get sued. I'll tell you a secret about them later on. Right. Anyway, WrestleMania, it was grand, it was fun, super. All the Irish people won, bar Sheamus, poor bastard. However, Sheamus was involved in possibly the best match on the show that night. It was great crack. Moving on. What else are we talking about? Not everybody's brains.
Preacher got cancelled, haha.
Preacher. So they announced the last season of Preacher.
So then they have to wrap that up in one season.
One season.
They can't even wrap up a season in a season. You know what I mean? Like they can't wrap like
What season were they
season
on?
one didn't
right
even feel
now?
wrapped up in one season.
So 4 will be the last. I stopped watching after season 1.
It's fucking shite, but I have to watch it out of pure punishment. It's like BDSM. I have to do it. You know, it's like a
Give a ball
spore.
gag in when you do
it's like
it.
a spore in your bollocks. But like, it might feel nice at the end of it. You don't know. You know what I mean?
But it never does.
It never does. But
But you never, until you finish it, you won't.
you won't know till you blow your muck and you feel uncomfortable. So I have
I
to
bet
watch
4 seasons you won't blow even a fucking single sperm.
it. There's not a there won't even be a single capillary burst in my fucking Johnson.
Like if you know they've 1 season left and you know what they have to finish in that.
They haven't even started the fucking story.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you even finished one.
They haven't
what
started
I would
it.
consider one season. They haven't even really got.
They haven't finished issue 1.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
it's shite. It's fucking shite, and everybody in it's shite.
They're
Fuck everybody.
terrible.
Everybody's garbage in it.
garbage.
Dirt. The dirt is not the dirt. But yeah, they're doing one more and they're done. Thank fuck. So
Is
that
it
means
because
they
of
have to
lack
wrap
of ratings or because they don't want to do it anymore?
I
Or
don't know. It's AMC, so I don't fucking know.
because generally they would just kill it. Why give it another season?
No,
Why
I
bother?
think ratings wise it was maybe alright. I think they don't know what to do with it now. I think they backed themselves into such a corner with it. They thought they were going to have like fucking 20 seasons. They
The,
were
re-
gonna
the
go Walking
reason
Dead
that
in
they'll
it.
give them another season is because it will still make money, but they project that after what they won't. So they're telling them now that, as well as that, it's nice to the producers to go wrap it up.
Yeah, it's so
I guess
bad.
the only thing is
They're
when
projecting that it's going to lose it in 5 or 6,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they're going to give it to one more. So.
well, the only thing is that when you do say right, this is your last season, you can just go. Do you know what? Fuck it.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping that this last season's killer. I
You just
think
go. You go. Fuck it. We can do whatever we like. and
do
it
an
doesn't
issue
matter.
an hour.
But it depends on how much money they give them, because clearly they gave them 60 cents for the 4th season.
The first scene was just in a hotel room. The entire thing was in a hotel room. There was
And the
one
church,
good scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, like, you're reading Preacher, like 5 pages in, you're already past.
Oh yeah,
Fourth
where they
season.
are now. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so, the entire television show was reliant on the Saint the Killers, who they didn't
Yeah.
do correctly at all.
No, yeah.
That last season,
It started okay, and then you're like, it's going to go, and then
it
it just...
coined the angle right, and then they start doing the whole fucking like meetings in Satan's office.
Yeah, no.
What in the name of fuck?
I kind of want to watch it now.
It's so bad. You should watch it because it's
You
true.
read Preacher,
Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch it just to see where they deviate. Like we've talked about this 1,000 times. They're going to do a fucking comic book TV show. It's incredibly difficult
Yeah.
to do it right?
course.
So there's an art to moulding it into it. Like look at Umbrella Academy, right? It was all folded into the television experience reasonably well,
Yeah.
and it came across pretty good. But Preacher did not come across pretty good.
Like, here's the thing about Preacher. We knew they couldn't afford to do, like, a few pages of that thing the way it's done. But I would have preferred that they kept the story moving somehow. Cheapen it, make it cheaper to make. Fair enough.
Lower the
about
scope, basically.
Lower the scope of it, but keep it moving as well.
Oh yeah,
as they did.
but we talked about
The
this.
story would have held up.
Well, we talked about this a year ago. The whole core tenet of fucking Preacher is a couple of people in a car driving across
Yeah.
America. That's
It's a
all it
road
is.
movie, yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
You've got some weird shit that happens along the side, but like the most expensive thing that would ever be shot on that is dropping a nuke in the Nevada desert, and that's fucking
You can take stock footage
someone
from something.
could literally bang that together.
That was done in Twin Peaks, and Twin Peaks didn't have
Exactly.
a lot of money.
That's all there is.
Well, that's it, yeah.
Let's get a few tanks together, and that's it. There's some special effects and some prosthetics and stuff, you know. But they're leaning on all that aspect of it way too hard. That they've lost the whole idea that this is the great American fucking road trip. Like this is the Route 66 road trip, and that's barely in it.
Yeah.
And that's the most annoying
I
thing.
think that is in it, but it's
Yeah,
not
but it's
done
not.
well.
It's not the core of it,
Yeah.
and that's the core of the comic book.
Yeah.
They've missed that point. That it's just about a gang of mates looking for God. But in this, they're actually looking for God. Like they're running from street to street. Like I heard he's at number 6 Main Street. That's what the
Yeah.
fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? That's they're literally knocking door to door, looking for the dude dressed up as a dog.
Yeah.
Which when they actually said that was God, the dude in the Dalmatian suit, like, lads, I nearly that was nearly it. I could have ran into the fucking Jacks there and just taken all the medicine. Because what's the point? It's fucking bollocks. Anyway, let's not waste any more time on these fucking pigs.
It's dead, and I will watch the last season because I want to see how they try and cram that.
Yeah.
You've already invested in the other 3. So
I'm sorry, you have to finish
I
it.
don't think
Even I give up on The Walking Dead. Like,
Yeah.
No, I give up on
Everyone
Walking Dead
did.
after season 2. I know fucking.
no, I watched up till the last season. This
you?
is the first one I haven't
No.
watched.
It's too much waiting.
I
man.
gave up after the 3rd one, I think.
Just literally just fucking sitting there paddling in the pool for
Loads.
fucking seasons.
I can always smell it dud, and I smelled it with Lost, and I smell it. Well, The Walking Dead, It's not building up towards that.
No,
it's
just continue.
If you like that, you're gonna get it.
Walking Dead is just a new coronation.
Yeah, exactly. So you're just
It's not even that.
Yeah.
And the worst part is they always do this. They think they're being deep and meaningful, and you're just going, "This is
shut up, it's a zombie thing." I remember, I think it was season 3. There was like no zombies in it. I think it was season 3. There was nothing.
Yeah.
There was
The last season I watched, it was just them having gunfights.
Yeah.
Somebody went, you know what? Let's get loads of fucking ammo and just shoot at each other, and it's just like
It's fucking
garbage.
painful. It's fucking painful. Shite. Anyway, that's fucking shite as well. There's something else I watched recently that I really enjoyed. Fuck. Oh, American Gods 2. I started watching. I'm up to date on that.
How many episodes is
5
there?
in.
I think it's 4 or 5 in now. Yeah.
10, yeah.
I think it's 10. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait.
It's
But
very
I
much.
have to buy the Blu-ray.
It's very much in the same vein as 1. Very much.
But they lost your man, right?
Showrunner.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like
Yeah.
it.
Was it,
Yeah,
can
was
you,
it-
that's what I was going to ask. Do you notice that he's gone?
No, you wouldn't. It feels exact same.
All right.
It feels exact same. It doesn't. It's not lacking anything. Everybody continues on their fucking bullshit. Like Mad Sweeney is the
Do
same.
you miss Gillian Anderson?
No, because they handle it very well.
Okay.
But basically, it's not a spoiler. She turns from media into new media because she has to update herself. She's on the fence whether she's an old god or a new god, and so the whole is they can't find her. She's kind of retreated back into herself, and the new gods and the old gods are kind of fighting as to whose side she's going to take, and she recompiles herself and basically comes out as like this little kind of Japanese girl whose face turns into emojis and all this kind of nonsense. So she's new media. She's new media now, and again, she's not necessarily good or bad. She's just out for herself because the whole idea is it's new media and it's social media and blah blah. It's all very self-centered, and there's a cool thing with Argus. Who's like the god of surveillance. There's some great fucking stuff with him. It's interesting. It feels the exact same. It's more lads in a car. It's more Preacher than fucking Preacher. Lads in a car driving across.
Sure, always was.
Yeah. You know. But they're introducing slowly but surely new gods, and the war is starting to. The sides are being chosen. Now.
Seems to me if you want to do a show like that that's going to be edgy and poking at religion and violent and whatever, you can't do it on the main networks. You have to go to like a.
Yeah, but that's Stars
or whatever, right? Or
HBO. Stars make incredible shows.
Yeah, but you can't just go ABC because they're just going to.
It's not going to happen.
You're not going to get your show done if you're really like creative and you don't care about probably as much money or budget, but you want your show finished and done and really appreciate.
Well, they'll wrap it up. Yeah, they might cancel it because they're fuckers for that.
That new Star Trek TV show, the effects in that show are unfucking.
Yeah, we finished the latest episode today.
I got up to when they actually found Spock. The search for Spock went on for quite a while.
Yeah, of course. Well, they have to cock tease you on that.
Yeah, but it was like, how many times are we going to search for fucking Spock? Like,
I feel like I want to watch that show.
It's good.
Some of it is absolutely whopper.
Yeah.
And the episode where they do the flashback to the old series, I thought was really good.
We're up to date now. We're they're looking for a time crystal. It's getting a little bit
silly Star Trek. Yeah,
it's getting a little bit transporter accidenty, a little bit like, and that's where I love Star Trek, but I can't do all that.
Yeah.
I can't do that like garbage science, you know, where it's just fucking get the fucking. If we reverse the polarity on the dilithium crystals, then we'll create a magnetic field that will repulse us through the solar. I can't do that. I can't. That fucking angers me.
Well, I mean, we're doing fucking spore drives.
The spore drive's cool.
Yeah, but it's
stamets and all. It's cool, right? It makes sense. But see the whole reverse the polarity of the fucking engine.
The only thing I'd say about that show is you see. How do I say this? Well,
I haven't cancelled this.
Is it about the brothers?
No, it's not about them. You know the ginger one?
Oh yeah,
and her pinky
or something.
Pinky swears. And
yeah.
She's like she's the fucking millennial that got through Starfleet Academy somehow. You're like, how is this woman in any military?
I guarantee you, she's going to be the most important character in that. Unfortunately.
Yes, I know, but she's fucking awful.
Yeah, she's real bad.
She just makes me cringe.
Yeah.
You're sitting there going, no.
She's like one of these kind of ex-machinas that they can pull out with a howl. Stamets is a bit like that as well, where it's fucking something's gone wrong. One of them runs into the room. I figured it out. When did you figure out, you cunt? Like fucking 2 minutes ago.
Jacks.
Yeah, exactly. Shiting. Like fucking 2 minutes ago, you were locked in some dilithium crystal cage, and they didn't show you getting out of it. But now you've just figured it out. Over the computer. And what's really annoying is they keep doing typey on the fucking screens all the time. But now, like every now and again, when something real important has to happen, they just ask the computer to do it. That's wrecking my head. Like, I need to break into the fucking the skippity scop, the fucking reframe the matrix in a reverse polarity, and they're like giving it loads on the screen, beep 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 beep. And then, but like, if they're really under pressure, just go computer,
sort the whole thing out.
Fucking stick that computer virus over there for me, will you?
Maybe they only have
Agreed.
a certain amount of commands they can use.
Alexa,
fucking we're the gay frogs. The whole thing is it's relying on that a little bit too much now, but it's interesting. Yeah, the girl from The Wire is in it now. She's Burnham's mother. She's reappeared and she's very good. It's cool.
Is that where she was from? Yeah.
Yeah. The Wire.
Star Trek's man or Spock's man.
I'm just imagining.
No,
imagining all the female.
Oh, real man.
Oh,
right. Yeah, I'm
they're
2
doing like
episodes behind.
flashbacky fucking things, and it's the cop from The Wire. He was excellent. I think she's like Polynesian looking, like American Polynesian, or like an islander. She's cool. She's in it.
Michelle Yeoh is a badass in it.
Michelle Yeoh has had more plastic surgery than Dolly Parton fucking across every fucking dimension. Like,
Doesn't matter.
she is fucking mad looking. She's in I watched the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 the other day. She's in that as well, and it's only then that I realise she's got that full like Beauty and the Beast face. She's got that full like there's no features left on her face. There's just this weird like taut skin.
Are you talking about the TV show Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, like that shit face. That's what she looks like. You know, like Cher's son
56.
in Mask. Yeah, but she's way too much work. Like,
I think she's just got that older Chinese woman look.
no,
like
she's fucking the amount of work she's had done, man. She can't even talk anymore. Her top lip doesn't move in it. It's like she's wearing a mask.
She is wearing a mask.
You know,
her
like-
old face.
Of her actual
She wearing
face.
someone else's face.
over.
Yeah.
But I love Star Trek. It's been fun. And Pike is a fucking murderous continent. Now he's done at the end of the season.
Is he only in for the one? Yeah.
Is the actor going away or is it?
The actor's left.
Okay.
No, it wasn't his decision. He's written out of it.
That seems stupid because everybody liked him.
Everybody loves Pike, and Pike is like, whatever about Captain Kirk. Captain Pike is the fucking lodestone of all Star Trek. Like he's
Well, maybe just because of timelines and whatever. Maybe he has to. Does he die at the start of Star Trek? I can't remember.
no.
What happens to Pike?
He's in the wheelchair. This is his burnt face sticking out. They show you how he gets the burnt face in the new episode.
All right. Don't spoil anymore.
He doesn't get it. It's like a
Was it the first
prophecy.
episode or was it the pilot episode?
The pilot episode of the original Star Trek.
Yeah, but then what happened to him after that? Is he retired?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no, that's a lie. The pilot episode of Star Trek has Captain Pike as the captain of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And it's later on that they show Pike burnt up in the wheelchair in his little mobility scooter.
After that, I think he just
Retired.
He's just one-
he retires.
Yeah, there's nothing left of him. He has to
That's
talk
it.
through a machine. And all.
But that's what I'm saying. They may be going to do that, and then he just can't continue.
That's
Because
exactly
that's just the way
That's
it
what
is.
they're aiming at now. Because they know everybody who watches it knows what happens to Pike.
So are they going to bring in Kirk then, or
I don't think so.
I think they might.
No. I don't
They
think
brought in
they're
Spock. Why wouldn't they?
I don't think they're doing Kirk at all. Because the Vulcans live longer. So the whole thing is fucky.
But wasn't Kirk around when Pike was around?
Yeah, he replaces
Because
it.
he
But
replaced
he's
him,
real
so-
old.
They should always do that because
But this isn't
people
about
want.
Yeah, but this isn't
Like,
about the Enterprise.
Batman
Yeah.
in fucking.
The Enterprise is in this fucking this show once. It's not about the Enterprise.
Yeah, I know people do, but what's that show we watched? Not Suicide Squad. The thing that Batman was in, Deadly Titanium Squad,
Titans.
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 Do it because people want it. Just
Yeah.
do it.
Do that last
Do
episode.
it.
Yeah.
Just do
I
it.
was talking to somebody yesterday who hated that episode.
I hated the first episode. And
Yeah,
never
garbage.
watched
I
it.
never got past the
It's
first
not-
episode.
It's
Oh, it gets way better.
that last episode is the greatest superhero.
Can I watch it by
television show.
itself?
Yes.
I didn't think. I thought the show was good. Yeah, I did think it was good. Yeah, no, I did actually really like that.
Bar the Fat Tiger, it's grand.
I did.
The green thing.
The green Fat Tiger.
No, I did. And I did. You know what, man?
Absolute pet
Sometimes
tiger.
It was like watching a fucking Kellogg's Frosties
That's
ad.
what it was like.
Do
Yeah.
you know when you're
They're great.
when you're watching something for ages that is just basically a prequel or a side story, and sometimes you just want a bit of the
Just
real,
do me the real- yeah,
taste.
yeah,
Give
exactly.
me a little taste of the real bit.
But
Just
when you do get
put me
Batman-
back on track, and yeah.
It's like Better Call Saul, and you go, just give me a bit of Breaking Bad. Like,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's about to go
Apparently
full
that's,
Breaking Bad.
that's not
Yeah.
back till 2020 apparently.
They only started filming last week.
2020.
That's it. That just got progressively better.
I can't.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
No, I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched half the first season. That's what I'm feeling. Lads.
No, the
First
worst
season's-
season's the worst.
No, first season's not.
No, listen. Here's the problem. There's too much to watch, lads.
There's not. Stop watching shite.
No, there's
You
too
know
much
what
to
he-
watch.
Yeah, no,
Garbage.
hang on. See the way you watch Preacher. If you cut Preacher out,
No,
you could fit.
no, because then
Stop
like,
rewatching
If
the
you
fucking
got rid
Dark
of,
Tower,
you
right?
got rid of all of Preacher, you could fit a nice little Better Call Saul side show in there.
that's being greenlit now as well.
I can't say
Dark
it, 'cause
Tower.
I go
Great,
through phases
because
of
you know what
watching
that's going to be.
No.
don't you? It's going to be Art Scott.
No, because you know why? It's the same people that are doing the Lord of the Rings television show for Amazon.
That could be Scott.
No, it won't.
But it
Amazon
could be.
shows are usually
Look,
pretty
here's the
decent.
thing. You're thinking this is going to be second. It's going to be the greatest TV show of all time, which means it's going to be shite.
It's the same people.
How can we
Actually,
hurt Gar this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you.
You done Venom on me last year, lads.
You are excited for it, so it has to be shite.
I didn't get excited for Hellboy.
And it looks pretty good.
And it looks pretty fucking
Exactly. So
Stop liking things.
solid. I know.
Just never get excited about anything again. Then when it's good, then you can be excited about it because it already exists.
The lads who
See, I'm excited about The Witcher, right? I think The Witcher could be great.
No, I don't know anything about it. So
But
I mean, I'll watch it, but I don't know anything about it.
I think that it could be good if it's got the right amount of money put into it.
There's somebody.
He's only taking £3 million wages out of a 80 or 100 million budget or
So
something.
he wants back end. So he knows.
Well, I think he agreed a low enough fee so that they could spend enough money on it to make it good.
Really? So maybe he's a fan.
Well, I've been seeing whoever makes whatever company, I can't remember the name of the company, whatever company produces the Jordan Peele movies like Us and Get Out.
Yeah.
He takes a real low director's cut up front, but then he gets a back end that's huge.
Back end's away.
And that's
commitment,
how
right?
That's
'Cause
how they
you're
make
saying-
all their movies now. So
Yeah.
they invest so little in it up front because they go, we'll put whatever 10 million into it. So they go, he can make this movie. We make it for 10 million. It makes whatever, I don't know,
200
900 million at the box office. But he gets his on the back end, and that's probably what they're doing with The Witcher now as well.
Well, that's good because that guarantees quality because you're
yeah.
guaranteed to try and do your best because
Of
you're
course,
getting.
you want to make.
I think your man Cavill is probably going to try to do his best because he fucking wanted that role more than I think anyone.
Well, he wanted it more than Superman clearly because he basically turned down the next Superman to do this.
I mean, that's probably not a difficult decision.
That's what I remember. It's the same team that doing American Gods are doing the Lord of the Rings show.
Well, it's the same special effects crew that
Yeah.
were doing The Witcher as well.
Yeah.
So supposedly they're pretty good at doing like flaming bulls and whatever. So
Yeah, like I said, I only played that game. I played Witcher 3 for 10 minutes and I couldn't read what was going on. So
The thing is, though,
It's hard to get into it. Control-wise, well, once you do.
no, it's just it's fun. I couldn't read the fucking screen. We talked about this.
try it
again
now.
before.
They might have patched it.
If they patched it, I'd sitting there on my shelf waiting to
the
go.
TV show is based on the books, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not based on the games
Well, the games are based on the books.
to a point,
Yeah.
and then they go off on their own. Don't
Well,
they?
no. I think what they do is they go in different orders and stuff like that. And
Like I can't remember where it was. I think CD Projekt Red bought the rights to the first book, and then I think they bought the rights to the characters. But I think most of the stuff that people like in the likes of Wild Hunt is original stuff in that universe that they made up.
some of it, but some of it is parts of the book. I've been talking to Andy about it. And he's been.
But that's the thing. You kind of think that show might come around and bite it in. If that show is not, because nobody gives a fuck about the books.
Yeah.
The
biggest problem is
your
a
man in Poland likes the books.
lot of the first books and a lot of the first stories that are going to be in the TV show. I think are Witcher 1 and 2, which I haven't
I'm not
played.
the ones people
I
like.
played 2.
I played 1, and I played a bit of 2, but the problem I had was I played 1 and I played all of 1 in like a fucking week.
Just to get
It's
through
about
it.
70 hours to get through it, and I immediately tried to play 2, and they changed all the controls in 2.
Yeah,
And
because the
I
controls
got-
in 1 are supposed to be rough. Right?
the controls in 1 are fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
The controls in 2 aren't much better, but they're a different type of dog shit.
Yeah.
And I got to some point where I got just after a bridge, and just trying to get across this bridge, this prick with a fucking bow just kept killing me. I was like, I can't do this. And I never went back to it. And then just the dauntingness of it. And this was before the third game came out. Now there's a third game as well. I was like, I can't
The best
do
thing
this.
about the best thing that they did for Witcher 2 Witcher 2 was that scene, that the trailer they showed for it.
The one on the boat?
Yeah, all like CGI or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, I need that game, wherever that is, I need it.
That was after the game came out. Because
Was it?
yeah, so they released the game on PC. And then about a year later, they made an updated version, and they made that CGI for it.
put it on
They put it out
PlayStation,
they put it out on the consoles, and
Yeah.
then everything they had made for it. If you had it on the PC, you got all that stuff for
Right,
free.
that's cool.
yeah.
But
'Cause Jesus
that,
Christ.
that's when people got into it. 'Cause
No,
up
I
until
saw that
then-
video and I went, I don't care, it doesn't even matter to Witcher or whatever, but I need that game because that CGI scene is the best thing I've ever seen. Just ever. Remember it? It was
I think
just
it's
savage,
incredible.
I remember arguing with Gus about this. He's saying, "Oh, it's miles away." I think that Cyberpunk's coming out this year.
No, it's not this year. I wouldn't say it's this year.
They're having a big presence at E3. They admitted to this week,
No, they'll definitely be at E3.
and they said the games.
Is E3 this week?
No, E3 is start of June.
But I think they're nearly finished because they brought out a lot of expansion for Gwent, which meant that they obviously got the staff back. This is why you look at these things. We go, we took staff away for a long time, left Gwent to get that into good shape. Then when you get that game into good shape, you put everyone back to doing what they should have been doing.
Depends on what teams they have. Like they might have two different teams.
Mm-hmm.
They could have a Gwent team and the Gwent.
Well, they do, but what I'm saying is, I think they took a lot of those staff off to put a big push into Cyberpunk, where they said artists, coders, testers, we're pulling you off. That's going to do nothing for 4 months. And they left it sitting. But they were doing work on it, but not the same amount that they are now. And then they go, right, you do a big push to get to the next build about it, and then you go back. And I think that's what's happened. So I think that Cyberpunk is a lot closer than people think. Like all these things.
Gus was saying they're holding off for the next console, didn't he?
There's rumours that they are and they aren't. I think what they're looking at is they look at how much money GTA 5 made. GTA was perfect where it launched on the tail end of a cycle on a console. Yeah. You sell it all because we're not going to wait, right? And then the new console comes out and they go, and now you can buy that game and it'll just look better, even better, and you'll do it again, and you will.
You'll never get a thing like that again, a game like GTA 5 again, because it also had the transactions, and it also just took off like wildfire because it was.
And it had the online game.
Yeah,
it was a perfect storm, right?
They looked at so the other way GTA 5 has sold whatever 90 million copies, so many copies.
Yeah.
They've looked at that, and the reason it's actually sold with so many copies is because they sell. Every so often they do a sale on the game, but the sale of the game will come with a shark card worth so much money, and people are actually buying those bundles
just to get shark cards.
Just to get shark cards, because they're better value than buying the shark card by itself.
Oh,
so it's like buying top-ups.
Yeah, so it's not actually selling as many copies as.
Yeah, but for the first 3 or 4 years, it did sell.
It's still selling.
If you took that away, it's still miles ahead of.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely, it's still miles ahead of a lot of things. But it's inflated.
It's a sneaky way of getting extra money, alright?
Yeah, it's a sneaky way of inflating your sales numbers. It's a bit like what was it? Was Metallica did it last year when they went on tour? Anyone who bought a ticket to their tour got a copy of the latest album.
Was it not good for album sales then?
I think so.
Oh, because there's money changed.
So their latest album now has sold fucking
20 million copies.
Yeah. Whereas people were literally begging Apple to take U2s off their iPod.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Remember we got real angry?
Well, people don't like things pre-installed onto their device. People feel
violated. Would piss me off more. It would have come up in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Like, another U2 song from a new album. No. Skip.
No.
How do you get this out?
Block forever.
Well, that was the thing that annoyed people as well. Was you had to go through a fucking rigmarole to get it uninstalled.
Yeah, it was a nightmare to get it.
So it was like a virus, basically.
You couldn't just delete it from your library. You had to like fucking ring them up or contract like customer service or do a big app install to get rid of this fucking album that nobody wanted.
They had to install an app to install.
I finished playing Crackdown 3 today.
What's Crackdown 3?
Yeah.
Or something.
Huh?
Does that come free?
No, you could buy it for whatever, 60, 70 quid.
You get the
if you had Game Pass on Xbox, most new titles are on Game Pass for $9.99 a month.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
So that's right, yeah. It's perfect.
That is the way of the future. This my whole thing about how we're all going to be streaming and playing off one console forever.
It's perfect. The Xbox Game Pass is $9.99 a month, and there's Jesus. There's no brand new AAAs on there.
Well, their ones are. Well, at least so like.
The Xbox have any AAA anymore?
Well, that was it. When Crackdown 3 came out, day and date it came out on Game Pass.
Yeah.
So if you had your subscription to that,
it was
you could play it brand new.
Or
Sea of Thieves as well.
You're paying 60 quid for it.
You're not wrong. The last two AAA games they've had are Crackdown 3 and Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
And then before that was Forza. And Forza happens every year.
Yeah.
And eventually they might have a Halo, and eventually they'll have a
like the last Halo, the Master Collection, or whatever it's called, the Master Chief Collection, that's up on Game Pass now. That shit was like 160 quid to buy. You know what I mean? That's there now.
There's a rumor that came out yesterday about Game Pass that it looks like what they're going to do is they're going to bundle Game Pass and your Xbox Live subscription for 15 quid a month.
That'd be cool. I'd do that.
As opposed to a tenner and then whatever works.
I'd do that. It's well worth it. I'd got to try a shit ton of games that I would never bother me whole.
See, that's what I think is going to be the future, right? Is you'll buy a streaming service.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll pay 20 quid a month or whatever, 50, whatever the price is, and you just have access to all new games.
All of it,
and they're just going to give, look, God of War was huge this year. You're going to get X percent more because that's what people were playing.
That's exactly.
And now we don't have to pay for the games. The service provider pays the game company for their game. And
there's been fairly strong rumours knocking around that the next Xbox version that they're going to release, the Xbox One, won't have a disk drive in it. It will just be a box with a hard drive
Connected to
the internet.
Yeah.
And
But that's obviously the way forward.
And that's they'll release it and it'll be nice and cheap, and they'll push Game Pass on it because they started talking about that at the tail end of the 360 era, where they were like, people do this with their phone, where they don't buy a phone. Now they buy a phone, but back then people were on the model of, I'm not going to buy a phone, but I'll pay Tree or Virgin or whatever £40 a month. I'll get the latest iPhone.
Yeah, you
I'll
get an
go
upgrade,
into,
basically.
Yeah,
right?
I'll go into a contract and you just
Pay
keep
the
doing
phone
that.
off over 2 years, basically.
That's the way they do cars in America.
yeah.
That's what they do cars here now.
Yeah, it's you get your fucking plan, and every 2 years you get a new car.
Yeah.
You just keep paying them whatever it is, £300 a month.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah,
And then you just 2 years later you go,
Yeah.
I want a new car.
Yeah.
You bring your car back, they give you a new one.
Exactly.
And you just,
They sell them
you
off.
You extend the, the amount of money.
they
you
sell
owe.
them off an
Just keep
auction,
paying.
and off you go. That's the
That's
way
what's
it's
done with the
absolutely
console's
gonna
going to be, yeah.
But listen,
Because the £400 drop is too much for a lot of people.
exactly. But on there now, there's definitely, it was a bit rough at the start. Game Pass, because there wasn't there was a lot of kind of shitty arcade games in there that nobody really gave a fuck about. Those Xbox arcade games. You want to play Streets of Rage? You know
Same
what
as
I mean?
PlayStation. They're trying to hit you with nostalgia.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, I grabbed a week of that PlayStation now, and I think I played a bit of God of War, and there was a couple of PS3 games and a couple of PS4.
But you get
Well,
bored
it was
playing
an
them again, right?
There was an awful lot of shite on it. Like,
Yeah.
there was an awful lot like here's
That's the same, like Peggle and all.
Yeah.
There's loads of dirt on the Game Pass.
here's
Hang on,
7
Peggle's
versions.
Whopper.
Yeah, I know, but
But
you don't need seven
It's
versions.
filler.
it's
It's
an
an
app.
app, man.
yeah,
It's an app.
exactly.
now,
It's a filler title. That Crackdown is basically just Grand Theft Auto with super cops with joint guns. That's all it is. And I finished it today. It took me fuck all. Really, I'm gonna say 20 hours max.
You finished the game, wow.
I know. Yeah, finished it.
That wasn't Titanfall.
Yeah, but it's open ended as well. Like, it's one of these. It's not really a get. You don't finish it. It's not.
I guess you.
It's just like there's like 6
Here's the
bosses.
world, and you finish the stuff.
Yeah, there's 6 bosses hidden in different fucking places. You can kill them at whatever rate you want. But it has kind of a nemesis system like Shadow of Mordor as well, where you kill one, it opens up another one. You know, you get information on them. But perfectly fine. The type of game that suits me perfectly, where I can play it for 15 minutes or 3 hours. You know, so I can't deal with a million of those open-ended fucking crazy storyline games sitting at home on shelves.
I'm actually getting
doesn't
too
sound
old
like
for them
it's
now.
interesting.
I'm getting too old for
Can't do
open
it.
world games.
Do you know what all I want to play? I've been thinking about this for a year now. I sold all my PlayStation 2s. I had 6 PlayStation 2s and I got rid of all of them. And I'm going to go back, I'm going to buy a PlayStation 2 and I'm buying fucking Tony Hawk's 1, 2 and 3. And I think that's all I'm going to play.
Not just
I
emulator.
keep
No, they don't work properly.
I
Yeah,
keep
you're
a
right.
PS2 and I keep a copy of Tony Hawk's
Yeah.
Underground at home.
That's
Just
all I
in
want to
case.
play. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't have it hooked up, but just in case one day I
Yeah.
want to hook it up again.
I just
play
want
it.
Tony Hawk 2.
I have a PS2 and Tony Hawk 2.
I'm just,
I just
gonna
want
go out
single player adventure games that take 40 to 60 hours to
and-
play.
You got your God of War. That's you till the next one.
Yeah, that or like I like that Die Twice game. I think the
Oh
Sekiro.
yes.
Souls game.
Yeah.
You played that, yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm about halfway through it now, or I think I'm at the back end of it. But
What's-
I don't know. Like,
Is it good or is it just challenging?
it's a Souls game, so like,
No.
if you
It's
don't
no-
if you don't like Souls games, I don't think this would be the one to sell you on. The one thing that
I
this
think
has,
Bloodborne is the one that you should try if you.
Oh yeah. always
Right.
do.
yeah, I would still tell
Played
people
it.
more. Like, the thing, I'd say Bloodborne is my favorite of all the
Completed
Souls
it, mate.
games, and
Bloodborne
this
is
is
the best.
this is probably behind that, or maybe Dark Souls 1. The world in this one isn't as good as the rest of them.
That's what I was thinking. It's
Yeah.
just
It's
not.
all
Is
going
it
to
really
the same.
not?
Are all these games made by the same company?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
From
alright.
software,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
wondering.
The world is just not as good as the rest of them. Like, it's not. There's not as many characters. I think I've done about 5 side stories, and they're all. I think that's all.
Does it
there
still have
is.
mad monsters in it? Like, because their monsters are all mental.
Jesus. Yeah.
Some, like, there are big ones, but not to the scale that you have in Bloodborne, and at least not that I've come across. Like I said, I'm going into the back end of it now. It might get a bit more mystical, but so far a lot of the bosses have just been like fucking big dudes. With
That's
big
what I
swords.
wanted it to be. I wanted it to take a break and be different.
The sword fighting in this game is the best sword fighting system I've ever played in a game, and it will
You have
be
to parry exactly
it will
right
be
time around, yeah.
absolutely fucking perfect for any Star Wars Jedi game, because the swords are actually fucking like they're lethal. You get hit twice with a sword with some fella with a katana and you're done.
So you have to be perfect.
You have to parry it, and what it does is it's got this real nice system. So you've got your health bar, and you've got this thing called a posture, and your posture is like your stamina, but instead of going down, it fills out. And if it ever fills out all the way, that's basically you've broken, like they've broken your posture. You'll open yourself up, and they'll be able to get a stab in. All the enemies have that as well. So all the bosses will have like a health bar, and they'll have like 2 pips. They've 2 health bars. But if you manage to fill their posture all the way up,
then you
even if they've like 50% health left, if you stab them, you take all the rest of their health away, and then you go on to the next bar. Like, that's usually like phase 2 or whatever.
Okay.
But the sword fighting in it is like.
So you can't button mash it. You have to learn to do it properly.
Nah, you wouldn't be able to button mash it.
No.
But the way the sword fighting feels is, if you ever watch like a samurai movie, like a lot of it is you're a ninja and there's a lot of samurai in it. A lot of it is like the two or you against.
Or it's
ninjas.
one swipe and the other guy
just,
dies, right?
Yeah, but it's a lot of like swords. It is like it's just a lightsaber fight. You could mod that game on PC and replace all the fucking katanas and all the swords with lightsabers.
It's just parry slash
it's
dead.
all parries, parry, lots of parrying. And as soon as someone loses just enough stamina to the point where like their sword gets hit away from them and they open they're exposed, you finish them off.
That's cool.
It's absolutely savage for that.
Because I did a lot of Dark Souls was me rolling.
If you roll in this game, you are fucked. I was saying this last night. There was a boss I was fighting against last night.
Yeah, you came last night.
I sounded like I came. Like I was fighting this boss for about 3 fucking hours, and I was like, right, I'm gonna give myself 3 more tries on this, and if I don't do it, I don't do it. I'm gonna stop it. Fucking 3. I've wasted the whole night now trying to do this. And after the first attempt, after I gave myself the limit, I finally fucking beat him. And I was so relieved and so fucking happy that happened.
We've done those.
Yeah,
We've all done those.
And Kath turned around and she just looked at me like, "Did you just come?"
Do you not throw the fucking controller
that
into the sofa and
cheating?
go, take that, you motherfuckers, no? Because that's what I do when I beat
You're
a
really
boss.
tired. You don't fucking
No,
have
because
that
controllers are
energy.
fucking expensive.
No, I throw it into the sofa. I know where to throw it. Like I go,
I did what I always do with Souls games. I bought it on day 1, brought it home, started playing, and go, I'm not mentally ready for this. I was just not mentally ready for it. I had to take a break and maybe come back to it next week. Play whatever I was still playing, finish that off. But
so you have to have no commitments, no other game commitments.
No,
right?
I don't think.
I read a story on Reddit the other day about a dude who was doing like fucking leg presses or something in the gym, and he hadn't been in the gym in like a year. And he went in and he sat in the machine and he was giving it the fucking curl.
Did he curl out?
No, but apparently he done like fucking 10 minutes in the machine, stood up, and he's it's unreal. You reminded me of this earlier. He fucking done like 10 minutes on the machine, stood up, and his legs started feeling real weird, like they were gonna go from under him, which happens obviously. And he said then he just got this weird feeling in his belly, and his flaccid dick came. He just literally he mucked all down his leg. His body didn't know what was going on. He done so many leg
How
curls.
does that even?
His body just confused itself, and he said his flaccid dick just let loose. And he fucking came all down his cacks. And I said you could see it. He was in the middle of the gym. He had to
That
run
sounds
into the
like
jacks.
not even enjoyable. Like,
No, of course not. But he was sitting there going like, Jesus, my legs feel like blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, what's the... but he didn't orgasm. He just came. He
That
just
sounds like the
spunked.
worst.
He just spunked.
Just messed himself for
Yeah,
no reason.
that's it.
so
In
a
the middle of the
jellyfish
gym.
just shot out of him.
That's it. Just fucking ectoplasm down his leg for absolutely no reason.
Imagine it was loads.
Imagine like he hadn't been near the mat in fucking years.
A week or something, yeah.
On himself.
Yeah.
Fucking full 9 rope down his leg.
I think that's a waste. You'd be like, oh,
Of
that's...
course it is. Listen, lads, don't get me started. Anyway, is there anything else we want to do before we're done? The next big thing is Borderlands 3, but I think we'll wait till that's out to actually pass comment on it.
Yeah.
It looks really good. The trailer looks cool. The new Hellboiler sizzler reel.
Hellboiler. There's the name.
Hellboiler nailed it. All right, Hellboy sizzle reel looks real good.
The R-rated trailer looks really class.
Next week, what will we be talking about?
Hellboiler.
Hellboiler, yeah, obviously.
we won't.
Why? Game of Thrones.
We'll leave it till next week.
I don't want to talk about Game of Thrones. That's an entire episode by itself. I think we keep that. I think we're all going to stay up at like 6 a.m. to watch that.
No,
No?
I'll just watch it the next day.
No, that's for saps.
What am I, box face? Am I going to put my dog in a fucking
Doggy
in
daycare, yeah. I'm just going to stay up. It's not
That's the thing is, I don't want to do that, but half of me goes, there's just going to be so many cunts.
6 a.m.
Just don't go on. You can actually do it. You can knock
You
it
can.
out.
Right, I'm just going to disable my phone for one.
Fucking the liffey. Like a suicide victim.
No,
Fucking in the
sign
liffey.
out of everything except Messenger. Done.
I'm
Sign out.
gonna rat you out.
Do you know what the gas thing is though, right? If you sign out of stuff like that, you sign back in and go, why the fuck am I saying? Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to go on it because naturally you're going to go on the
course
internet.
you
But if you sign out of it, you're going to go,
Just use your games.
why the
as
fuck
well,
am I signed out of this? Oh right.
So next week we'll have Game of Thrones to cover. When is Borderlands until June? September.
Borderlands in September.
Oh, fucking it's way off. Fuck that
way
shit
off.
then. Forget about that. That's
When's Hellboy coming out? Is
Actually,
it next
there's,
this Friday? Yeah.
this Thursday.
I think it might be next week.
It's the 11th. It's the 10th. It's Wednesday is now. So yeah, Thursday.
They're going to do a gameplay trailer for Borderlands soon.
So I'd be interested. I
the
love those
the
games.
trailers they've shown so far are basically just it
They're
looks
just
like Borderlands,
animation.
but they haven't talked about anything of it.
No, there's no story or whatever. So Hellboy is out basically tomorrow, Thursday. I think I'll go see that. I think I'll book tickets for that tomorrow. As long as there's no 3D bullshit, I'll go see that. Lobster Johnson's in it. Makes me fucking very happy.
Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. Lobster Peterson is in it. Lobster Johnson's in it. He's like a fan favourite character that nobody thought I'd ever see in real life. And
Who's playing him?
I don't fucking know. I haven't a clue. He was only in it for a split second.
Yeah.
You saw like the lobster claw, born in hand and all.
And it's like the first time they've even mentioned that he's in it.
Yeah, nobody.
It's probably up on IMDb by now, but prior to that, it was.
We talked about it, the last podcast we done with Aidan Murray, and I fucking mentioned it to them that I think Lobster Johnson might be like a post-credit scene in it. But now we know he's in it.
You thought he'd be like a teaser for
I thought for the next one.
The next one that will never be made.
No, this is it. There's no Hellboy 2. No, it's not happening. There's not going to be a Hellboy 2.
Well, at least now you know you're getting Lobster Johnson in this one.
If it's a big hit, there'll definitely be a lot for
I
Hellboy
don't
2.
fucking know, man. I don't know. The fucking all the reshoots and
This one's taking a long time.
That's taking forever to make, man. And now
Is there any buzz on if it's good or not? Like the trailer looks good.
I think
If there's a review embargo on it, then we know it's shite.
There's no. Listen, it was pushed back by like fucking 8 months. Like that means instantly it's shite. Once something's pushed back, dead. So this is going to be a fun hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes.
Is it Legendary doing it as well?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Because if it's them, they never make movies. Like they make 1 or 2 movies.
They literally gave away the
hang on,
entire-
Solo. That's the good example of how it's not.
But that's much better than what they would have came out with.
That's what I'm saying though.
That could be the
it's
rule.
very,
that
very
breaks it.
rare. Yes,
It's
very rare. Once it's even a shake-up, you're like, this comes.
Yeah, exactly. There's reshoots. What the fuck?
No, God.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently that was all in this. Lobster Johnson's in it. We saw demons ripping faces off. The problem was with the first Hellboy trailers that they were so desperate for people to like it, they gave away the entire film.
Yeah.
Once they show Anung Rama, once they show Hellboy in full, horns out, flaming crown, sword on fire. Once they show that, it's fucking over, lads. That's the end game of everything.
He's not going to do that. He's not going to come out like that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anung Rama here.
Where are we going to go? We're going to go to EastEnders now.
So that means
the early trailer where it looks like it's from like the last 2 minutes. It looks like it's from the final fight.
That's what I hate about things, but you can tell it.
And now the new sizzle reel shows the first 5 minutes of it, where they're putting the Blood Witch together, or the Queen, Blood Queen,
chopping her up,
and they're sewing her together again. So we didn't know that was a thing, but now we know it's a thing. So between
you've seen the first and the last scene,
so between the trailer and that sizzle reel they popped out, we know exactly what's going on. The only thing that's missing is frog monsters, which is annoying. I want the frog monsters. So we're not going to get it. Anyway, we leave it at that for this week. Solid crew. Two solid crew. 2 live crew.
21 tickets to go.
We'll see you next week, hopefully. Good night.